Welcome to MootsKL Adventure. This is a live Ask Me Anything video. As you can see from the beginning of it, first time. Haven't done this before, so there might be some kinks in there. So we'll try to work that out. But this whole deal really is just I've never had an opportunity to really talk to everybody or anybody that's interested in talking. Uh, just live, one on however many. So I want to take that opportunity today, and especially wanted to focus on a couple of upcoming events. And then if there's any questions about anything at all, I'd be more than happy to answer. All right, is that any better? All right. So the lift. Sorry about that. Like I say, new to uh, new to trying to do any live streaming stuff. So trying to trying to figure this thing out. But lift lift wise, okay. So yeah, I definitely think the lift is worth it. So before I had the lift, went on a trip out to Canyonlands, did the White Rim Road Trail, and fins and things. And man, I tell you, it can do it. It can do it, but I was wishing I had the lift before I went. You're scraping. I was just scraping more with it, and once I got the lift on, I've just had a lot more confidence whenever I'm out on the trail. You just have that extra bit of ground clearance makes a huge difference on it. So I hope that answers your question, but yeah, I definitely think it's worth it. Um, all right, so uh, back to it. Uh, the MootsKL Adventure kind of meet and greet or trail run slash camping deal. The way that's going to work, and as of right now, we've got 15 said they're going. Something like 25 are interested. So we'll see how many end up showing up, but really excited about that. What we're going to do is go down into for me, but down to Arkansas to Bird's Adventure Center. And down at Bird's, it's an easy place to find, easy place to kind of gather and have enough room to camp so we can get everybody in. So with that, let's see, the primitive sites there, we'll be getting a primitive site. I'm calling them because we're over 15. Well, we're 15. If there's 15 or more, they'll reserve and make sure we have a large enough area for everybody to set up tents that wants to set up a tent. Um, so we'll have one big area. My video's off. Sorry about that, guys. I need to find a better way to do this. Anyways, so where was that? So yeah, we'll all meet up there at Birds Adventure Center, and we'll have a large primitive camp area for anybody that wants to throw up a tent, camp together. If you bring a camping trailer, you can do that, and we'll have a bonfire out there, hang out on Friday night, the 22nd, and then on Saturday morning we'll have like a drivers meeting, 9:30 ish, 9:30 ish or something like that. Kind of go over comms and all that, and then we'll head out. We'll hit the trails for the day, and it'll be an all day trail run. Probably get back to the campsite 6 ish, something like that. So we'll stop along the route. We'll eat some lunch out there and everything, hang out a bit. But really, it should just be a good time with a lot of KLs out there. With that, at Birds, the campsites are $10 per person per night, and one of the big things is when you get there, you go to their office to pay and find out. They'll tell you where our camp area is at. Just tell them you're with MootsKL Adventure, and they'll point you in the right direction. But make sure you don't pay to use their trails, because they will try to charge you for that. But we're not going to be using their trails. We're going to be in the trails in the Ozark National Forest. So don't pay for those. Um, but we'll get together. Our comms will be using GMRS, which if you don't have, I've got a couple extra radios I can hand out, and we'll talk about what channel and everything whenever we do the drivers meeting. So, Like I say, Saturday will be an all-day trail run. Then Sunday morning, once again about 9:30ish, we'll head out on the trails, and we're just gonna do a like half day trail run over to. We'll do a route that takes us over to OR Cafe, and that's kind of just the place to go whenever you're in that area. It's phenomenal food. It's kind of the hangout for all the off roaders in the area. But after that, then we'll just go our separate ways. So it'll be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday deal, camping out together. It'll be similar to if you went out for like a 2 to 3 day overlanding trip because they don't have a lot there, and we won't see anything when we're out on the trails. So there's no gas. You need to make sure you fill up on your way into Birds. I'm sorry about that, guys. Um, like I say, first time. So you'll want to make sure you fill up on your way into Birds, and then bring all the food that you're gonna want to eat. They do have a general store at Birds, and they do have a restaurant there. So I don't know. There's not much in the general store, and I have no idea about the restaurant. Um, but like I say, if you're coming, make sure you kind of map out your drive to Birds and mark where you're going to get gas the last time. You want to be good and full before you get there. All right. I think that covers everything with that. And if you have any questions at any time, go ahead and throw them up there. Be happy to answer. So the other thing coming up is more. That's Missouri. What is it? Overland and Off Road Expo. So that's going to be in Springfield, Missouri. Let's see, Friday, April 8th through Sunday, April 10th. I will be out there. I'm going to try to be out there all 3 days. I'm not sure how long I'll be out there on Friday or Sunday, but I should be out there Sunday after church, so probably about 2ish. And Friday would have to be after work. So, but Saturday for sure, I'll be there from 3 until it closes, and I'll be at Long Creek Overland Apparel Company. I'll be at their booth at 3 o'clock. So if you want to come, if you're coming to more, or you haven't heard of more, it's the first time you've heard of it, but you can make it. Love to meet anybody that shows up out there, meet you and talk to you. And I love talking Cherokees and off-roading, overlanding, all that stuff. So if you can, come on out to more. We'll chat it up. What we got? How many inches did I do on the lift? How much total cost? Lost video. So on my lift, I did the uh, I did the 2-inch lift, Hazard Sky, 2-inch lift level kit, and then I added went up to Pumpkin Wild Peak AT3Ws 265 7017. So I did end up getting uh, about 3 inches overall. I've got it. I'd have to go back and look at my lift video to see exactly what I got, but I want to say it ended up being around 3 inches on the back with the lift and the tires, and then the front because it's more of a. Oh wait, was it? No, that'd be reversed. I got a little over 3 inches on the front and like 2.5 on the back. So let's see. Did that answer your question? Oh, and how much? So for the lift itself, the Hazard Sky one, it ended up being like I want to say $175, something like that. Which I mean, I could look it up, but somewhere in that ballpark, around $175. So it is a more uh, budget friendly lift, I guess I'd say. I think the MFC one is something like 450 maybe. I don't know, but it's a simple lift, so really there's not a whole lot. Quality wise, I just don't see that you'd get that much more spending more on that. So I highly recommend the Hazard Sky lift. I've had it on for 3 or 4 years, and zero issues, no problems. I've once again, like I said earlier, I've really enjoyed it, uh, having it on. Just that extra confidence you end up having uh, with just that extra bit of ground clearance. it is a pretty big difference. All right, so let's see. Oh, a couple other things I just want to throw out there. Mainly the Facebook group. So I've got a Facebook group, MootsKL Adventure Facebook group, and really, it's not like one that you just like or whatever. It's one that you join, and then I really encourage everybody that's on there to, uh, post whatever they want, uh, whether it be like your uh, your trips, your DIY projects, your installs, modifications, whatever, questions, anything like that. I highly recommend you go ahead and go on there, join the group. The group's not really for me; it's for everybody in the KL community. It's really something where there's some good groups out there on Facebook, but there's a lot of them where uh, I don't know. You get people get talked down to a lot because they don't know everything. So simple questions you kind of get talked down to in some groups. But the whole point of the MootsKL Adventure Facebook group page is really for that, for y'all that own Cherokees and have questions or just want to go somewhere that it's enjoyable to communicate with other KL. Um, One of the good ones out there though is the Texas Trailhawk group. They are really good, pretty active group, and seem to be really nice people. All right, just want to throw that out there. All right, let's get into a few questions. Unless y'all got something that I get a lot. So questions. All right, so when I was doing my DIY rear storage area, one of the big things I bought a fridge and wanted to be able to power it at all times. So whenever I'd be on the trail or something and I turned off the Cherokee, it would continue to power it. And honestly, through the night right now, because I don't have a portable power source. So I've been asked how I got that to stay on all the time. And it's very, very simple. All you do is you go into your fuse box, and you look for fuse F91. You take it out of its spot, move it over one space to F81, that location. If you do that, that fuse stays on at all times. So that I really had to had to dig to find that. A lot of searching around on the internet, but simple way to just make that fuse active at all times. Lift tire and pinch weld question. So already had one of those. I've got the Hazard Sky lift. Absolutely no issues with it. Love it. Tires, the Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws, 265 7017s. Love them. I've got 50,000 miles on the front, and they are the wear is great. They're not wearing down at all. Like they're not wearing down any faster than what you'd ever expect. So they've been phenomenal. Really like those. And pinch weld wasn't too difficult to do. I know I've had a lot. I've had some people tell me I was stupid to do it. That you should do a bend fold or whatever, fold it over type deal, not cut it. I don't know. I've known a lot of people that have done the pinch weld where you cut it off and they haven't had any issues. I haven't had any issues, and that once again was about 4 years ago. So, and I've hit plenty of trails with it. So I don't know. Seems fine to me. Then what else we got? Tire rub. So with 265 7017s, I do still have some tire rub, but it's only at full lock. You know, if you turn it all the way as far as it'll go, you will get some rub. Uh, but but I've worked out any rub that I had. I didn't have to cut off any plastic or anything like that. There is that little bump in the front wheel well. It kind of bumps out behind the wheel. So initially, I did have some tire rub on that whenever you turn. Really, you had to be turning and going over some sort of terrain, so it didn't bother it at all. But uh, I fixed that by simply taking a heat gun, heated that up, and then just pressed it in. And I don't have any rub on that. It was very small amount of rub. So that's one of the biggest questions I typically get. Rear storage area. I've been asked if I'm going to do anything else with it. I just finished carpeting the back, and now it looks. I mean, it honestly, it pretty well looks back. That carpet made a huge difference. It doesn't just have wood everywhere back there. So, as far as doing anything else with it, the only other thing that I might do would be put my fridge on sliders. Really, I'm happy. There's just the one drawer uh, on sliders. Love it. Love the ability to flip the top out and make a table with it. That has been extremely useful whenever you're out camping and out on the trails. Just like when you stop to eat lunch, or whatever, making your sandwich or something, just flipping that thing out or just pulling out the door and working on it has been a huge improvement. Makes you wanna cook when you're out there. Makes you wanna fix your food when you're out there because you got a place to do it. And now I don't take a table. I used to take something pretty large, and I just don't have a need for it. So really enjoyed that project. Glad it's done though. The amount of storage that really you get from where the spare tire carrier's at is amazing. I mean, the amount of stuff I can fit under there is great. And with the fridge on one side and the drawer on the other, having that cut down the middle, where I can just set the fridge down, open it up, and I can get to everything underneath there real easy. So I typically throw, like we went out on a family one camping overnight deal not too long back, and I apologize for that. I'm not sure how to make that stop going off, but took the whole family. There's the five of us going, so I managed to fit all of our Arab mattresses. So two queens and a twin or single, it'd be twin, all underneath there. All of our sleeping bags underneath there, along with extra gear. So there's a ton of space down there if you really want to dig in and get to it, or if you really want to go through the process of tearing that out and making that space usable. Let's see. The only thing I might change in the future, honestly, would be just if I bought a new stove and I wanted to rework the drawer a little bit. And I'd be more like compartmentalizing it a little bit more. Other than that, I really don't have anything else I want to do to it. I'm very happy. Been living with it for a year at least, and been very happy with it. Oh, I had a question about crossbars the other day. I'm using the Bose Rv Crossbars. They're a cheaper crossbar. I've been running them for a couple of years now. I had these OMAC ones that were they were just from Walmart.com, but uh, they took a long time to put on and take off. I don't keep my stuff up on my chair. You can see behind me, like there's no roof rack or anything like that. I was going combustion corner a little bit late. That's all right. Glad to have you. So I don't keep my stuff up there all the time because, well, fuel mileage matters to me a little bit. Not a ton. I'm willing to throw stuff up there anytime I might need it. But if I'm not planning on going out on the trails for a little bit, I take everything down. So I like having the crossbars, these Bose RV ones. You can pop on real fast, take off real fast. So that's why I went to those. They're pretty cheap. I think they're about $100 or something like that, and they're just kind of a generic thing. Keeps going on. Kind of a generic uh, crossbar, but still, I've been out on the trails with them with a lot of weight on them and haven't had any issues. So, but that's what I've been using. Been running them for a while now. No issues. All right, got any more? Oh, reliability. Of course, that comes up all the time. Well, I'm at 122,000 miles. I just actually rolled over to 122,000 miles, and I haven't had any major issues. I mean, I've replaced the wheel hubs in the front, both sides, brakes, but no real major issues or anything like that. So far, I haven't had any problems. Where is my trail ride going to be? Sorry, Bruce, just saw that. So the trail ride is going to be in Arkansas. It's going to be kind of uh, northern Arkansas, a little south of northern, but it's Ozark National Forest, and we will. If you want to Google search it, we'll be at Birds Adventure Center. If you Google that, the trails we'll be riding are north of Birds. So right there across the road from the entrance to Birds, that's where we'll be heading. And it's something where you just go ahead and air down at Birds. So the trails are so close. And then we'll end actually not far down the road from Birds. So it's a good loop around. But yeah, northwest, kind of northwest-ish Arkansas. Uh, sorry, I missed that. Let's see. Where was I at? Reliability, yeah. So like I say, no major issues. I don't really have any concerns right now. My Trailhawk, it's ran great from the moment I got it. So I don't know. I know you see out there on Facebook group pages, uh, people having issues and gripes about it. The transmission is something where you get used to it. It's a little funky at the. I wish that stopped going off. A little funky at the but it's not something where like my transmission that I'm real worried about it or anything like that. But really, all vehicle brands, all vehicles, you have a certain amount that are going to have issues. It's just part of it. So mine, I say, been great. No real concerns with reliability. Uh, Lights, I get a lot of questions about lights. So I have the Hazard Sky uh, A-pillar light mounts, and they were just super easy to put on. They're not difficult at all. And then the Nylite 4-inch pod lights that I mounted on that. And then on the front, I used the Mohawk Off-Road Fab uh, hood mount, and those are Oedro 7-inch round lights. So then my wiring, oh well, then I attached 4 rock lights to my rope rack, and those are just for camping purposes. You're out there nighttime, you want to be able to see what's going on. Sometimes, find something. So boom, I can turn those on. And I went ahead and I went through the firewall and had a switch in the little cubby compartment that's kind of down by your left knee, and that was great until I went to annual training and I had some other soldiers in and out of my Jeep driving it, and they somehow managed to disconnect the wiring. So I went ahead and I've been wanting to do this anyways. I went and got a Blazer International remote lighting deal. So it's one where wire all your lights underneath your hood, just have it attached with we'll have Velcro to the top of the fuse box, and so all the wires go into that. And I've got a remote in the cab of the Jeep. Just boom, 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 turn them on. Which that's been great. I love that, honestly. You are doing lighting. I mean, like that Blazer International deal was $45. So to not have to deal with wires in the cab and how much cleaner I could make it underneath the hood of the Jeep, it was money well spent as far as I'm concerned. So that's kind of the lights. Let's see. Oh, fridge. Yeah, I haven't ever done a video on my fridge, and I've been asked what it was. It's a Bose Rv fridge, and it's once again it's a cheaper fridge. You might notice I try to do things on a budget, so I don't get the high end stuff, and I try to kind of fabricate or build whatever I can, uh, just to save money. The overlanding, off-roading, all that stuff, modifications, they get pretty expensive pretty fast. So I try to keep the cost down, and this is just kind of one of the ways I do. But it's a Bose RV fridge. It's a what is that, 30 quart fridge, and I think it was 250. So fairly inexpensive whenever you start looking around at fridges. and I've had that for over a year now. I'll probably do a fridge review here sometime soon. I wanted to use it for a while before I really put a video out on what I thought about it. You know, so many videos, they're first impressions, and I've done some of those too. But really, I feel like you wanna live with something for a year or so before you really can give a solid review on it. So, Bose RV fridge, like 250. It's been great. It's quiet. It doesn't seem to pull too much juice. I keep it plugged into the Jeep overnight, and I haven't had any issues with it draining the battery. It does have the safety switch to it, where once you get down to a certain uh, battery level, it'll kick off. So it's been great. Once again, another kind of game changer. Going away from ice is huge. Like the big trip we took out to Canyonlands, it was a 3 days in the desert basically drive, and you had to take a pretty large cooler in order to have enough ice in there for it to last. So fridge has been phenomenal. Let's see. Don't really have any complaints about it. Well, I do have one, I guess. The temperature gauge on it isn't really accurate. It's about honestly about 4 degrees off. It shows 4 degrees or so higher temperature than what it is. So you kind of want to be aware of that. You know, don't want your food to go bad. All right. Anybody got any questions on anything at all? I mean, that's what I'm here for. Any questions? Uh, not. Got a couple more things. So what's next for the channel, or what do I got? What do I have going on or coming up? Uh, I'm right now. I am filming a comparison video. I've got this Bose heavy duty air compressor, which is like puts out like 5.65 CFM, and I'm gonna comparing it to my Bayer 88P, which is a smaller compressor. It's like 1 point something CFM. So not a real direct comparison. More of a, is it worth the money to go with a bigger compressor? So so I want to see how long it takes to air up my four tires with it versus how long it takes me to air up my four tires with raw air, and then see if it is worth it to spend more money on one of these, because it's the Gobage, yeah. Anyway, it's like $160, whereas my Fire, when I bought it, the 88P was 65 or $69. So it's probably more now, but I want to see if it's worth the money to really spend on a larger air compressor. All right, what else we got? I think I am going to do a fridge review here pretty soon, so let you guys know what I think about that Bose RV fridge. Now I'm looking at finish the ladder, built that, and now I'm thinking I'll probably go ahead and try to build some rock slides. So that's something that I've been wanting to do. I've looked at buying them, and they're not. I mean, they're not terrible price, but I think I can build them for cheaper, and I can build them the way I want. So I'm gonna build some rock sliders here soon, and then after that, I'm really thinking of tackling the building my own tire carrier. So we'll see. That's one that I really kind of have a specific way that I want it. And really, Dirt Complex to me has the best looking one. So I'm kind of gonna try to build something like that. We'll see. I get started in the project, maybe I'll think twice. But the Dirt Complex one's like $1,700, and I just can't bring myself to spend $1,700 on rear tire carrier. But I would like to get my tire off the roof whenever I'm out on the trails and get it on the back to free up some more space up top. Then after that, I'm also looking at building my own roof rack. I like the they call it Prinsu or whatnot roof rack, and actually MFC Off Road came out with the Utila rack or something like that, which is very similar. But I really think that I think I can build that one myself. So I think I'm probably gonna go ahead and build a roof rack as well. So the fridge is a 30 quart fridge. So which it's not one of the bigger fridges, but whenever you get in the back of the KL, anybody that owns one knows that you don't have a ton of extra space in there. So I went with a little bit smaller one. Honestly, there's been plenty of room in there for 2, 3 days. Yep. Not having the ice makes a huge difference. So it's a it's a smaller one, but has worked extremely well. And then other than those things, I'm looking at just continuing to explore. I don't typically go to like off-roading parks and stuff like that. I like to I like to go out and really just explore. So exploring the trails around uh, Missouri. There's actually I found a bunch more trails that I haven't ever been on that I really want to go out and explore. Lake Top Trail that's nearby. There's just more exploring I need to do around there, and really getting into Arkansas more and more. So, we've hit Arkansas some, but not enough. Arkansas is just it is a phenomenal place to go out and just hit the trails. So that's the main stuff I've got coming up. Really, I guess it's really all I've got in here. Uh, don't want to forget to mention, we've got MootsKL Adventure merch available. So got the hoodie here, and love uh, love this design myself personally. I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed just getting shirts for my family. And if you're interested in MootsKL merch, then uh, nice. Paul Rainey, that'd be nice. I'm telling you, love the lift. 2-inch lift on this is phenomenal. It really does make a big difference on, like I say, mainly confidence level. Future plans to go to PA, Roush Creek, or AOAA. I've seen some stuff on Roush Creek. It looks like a really good place to go. I don't have any plans right now, but with this like trail run that we got, the MootsKL meetup deal, we'll see how it goes. Uh, but if it's fun and people really enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. I might do something where we do like have a traveling one, maybe hit different areas. So something where maybe I'll get with somebody that's local to PA or something like that. Somebody that knows the trails around there, knows camping spots, and maybe we can do something where we have a MootsKL Adventure, KL meet camp, trail run, overland, whatever it might be, uh, up in different areas, PA, Carolinas, Kentucky area, stuff like that. Go out west. It might be something where we do that. Hey, I'll see you at Birds too, man. Looking forward to it. So, yeah, I haven't been up there. Don't have plans to go up there, but would like to at some point in time. And once again, if I do, I'll be sharing stuff like that. Like if I'm gonna do another one and I'm thinking of an area, I'll share that stuff for sure on the MootsKL Adventure Facebook group page. And then if somebody like if you're on there and you're from there, know the trails, and maybe we can hook up and talk about it and figure out a good run that we could do up there. So yeah, I think that's pretty well all I've got. Uh, the Facebook, Instagram, MootsKL Adventure. At however you say that. I'm not a great social media person. I don't really like it that much. So I do post, but like on Instagram, I'll have lulls where I just get burnt out on it. And then maybe I'll have 30 posts in a short period of time. I'm trying to get my daughter to take over the Instagram page for me. She likes that stuff. Same with the Facebook group page. That's another reason why I don't just have a MootsKL Adventure page that's like you like it and see what I post on there. It's more of a group page where I just want everybody that's on there to join in and post their stuff. Cause I like seeing what everybody's doing. Like to see what they're doing with their Cherokees. You know what solutions they might have for storage, things like that. 'cause I think we can all learn from each other. That's one of the great things about this meetup deal is I really am looking forward to seeing everybody else's Cherokees and how they've set them up, and I'm hoping to honestly to get some video of all these Cherokees that are going to be there and just share that with everybody. So just another chance for everybody to see what others are doing with their KL. I think that's awesome. So hope we have a good turnout. I might have a couple things to give away there. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, just looking forward to it. So anybody else got any questions? If not, I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry for the camera going on and off. Once again, I've never done a live video deal, so trying to learn as I do it, and I don't know that I ever learned how to keep that on. So, all right, guys. Well, I don't see any new questions, so thanks for joining me for the live YouTube deal. It was fun. I've enjoyed it. Hope hope I put out some good information for you. Uh, but I guess we'll see you in the next one. All right. Good seeing you too, Combustion Corner. I've been enjoying those videos, by the way. All right, guys. Have a good evening.